No pressure. No pressure.
This is going to be short and sweet. We have a few other speakers after me. And so, well, I want to start by saying thank you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for celebrating, Jeff. And thanks for joining us here today. Some people couldn't make it, and everyone has come up to me today and said, this is a huge loss for you. And we feel bad. You don't get another Jeff, and I've been agreeing with everyone all day and all week and all month that it's true. So it's not just me and everyone here, but lots of other people across the department and on campus have said that. So I want to relay that to you. So Jeff has been here 30 years, and some of you don't know this.
Short timer.
I know. Quick. He started in IS&T, then HR grabbed him, and he worked there for quite some time, and then he came back to IS&T. And I haven't worked with him the whole 30 years, but we overlapped a lot. And I first met Jeff when he was my instructor. So I took a class in my early days of coming here and doing training and whatnot. I took a facilitation class. It was 3 days or 4 days of a lot of talking and facilitating and bonding. And I still remember that class, and I remember you, and you left an impression. You had a way about you and skills that, you know, get people together and get people talking and really learning the topic, and that's always stuck with you.
Like what I said to Diane.
Yes, what you said to my friend Diana. She came up to Jeff recently and said, I remember when you taught me how to facilitate meetings. And what did you say? Just suck it up.
Right. She said, "What what do you do when it just doesn't go right?" I said, "You just suck it up."
Words of wisdom.
Just off the top of my head, and she remembered it.
And that was
years
probably,
later.
18 years ago that you taught that. So it goes way back. And then our careers crossed again when I was doing training for IS&T, and Jeff came back. And we worked on the HR payroll project together, and we worked on a lot of other technical implementations. And I was again impressed because at that time e-learning was bubbling up. It was a new thing, you know. Back then we all did PowerPoints and slides and presentations, and people started talking about e-learning and what is it and what's it going to do, and people are nervous and scared. Well, Jeff jumped right in, and he said, I want to be the one on this team who learns this first, or one of the first. Not for, he didn't push others out, but he jumped in. And he took on e-learning, and I have to say, I came back to campus 4 years ago now, and some of the courses that you've developed, and the work you did with DCM and others, are some of our highest attendance and response and highest sort of evaluation of courses that we have in our catalog. So it's great. You took on the skills of video. So there was video production, we have a camera, we have a mic. We've incorporated in our e-learning video. So, we would do stuff with EHS and we filmed them doing things, and DCM again. I can't divulge secrets of DCM, but there was some filming of some primates. So that was impressive. And then again, the relationships on campus, because it's not one thing, it's one after the other, because we work together on the standing up the Atlas Service Center when that opened, and we had an opportunity to partner together and create that whole entire change management learning program from scratch. And that involved video and hands-on learning and change management, and it sort of showed all of your skills in one, and it was great. I had so much fun. I've learned a lot, and I will miss you, and the whole team will miss you, and I want to say thank you. Who's a member of our team is going to say a few words. He's got one thing.
Yeah, and there goes page one. I've been here for 15 years, which is half a pancake. He hit his 25-year milestone 5 years ago. He got a captain's chair. They do have a 50-year club.
Oh yeah.
They have dinners. They talk about the day Pearl Harbor was bombed. another 20 years, 25 years. When you started here with information systems, you've been back and forth. I think you've been re-engineered, reorganized, re-imaged, reconstituted, resettled, reseated, re-job described, and retitled. What's that?
Agile.
Agile.
I was agile, yes.
Fast on your feet. You came with a master's in reading. You got a second master's in instructional design.
That was third.
Which one is
Yeah.
fifth?
That's the
So 30 years seems like a long time, but it probably doesn't when you consider all the accomplishments and achievements that he's done. One thing is you've probably taught subjects that were once upon a time relevant. Like how to use your new rotary phone that's in the archives. Intro and intermediate VCR clicker. And Microsoft's new OS Vista. But the quick sampling of what you've really done includes time management, vendor selection and purchasing, campus safety, lab orientations and practices, COs discrete, student registration, enrollment, grading, student forums, IEP, annual performance reviews, so if you're not pleased with the reviews, you can Jeff. Email, voicemail, web publishing. A lot of things that you've become an expert on and know how to do. Where's Melissa?
She's out sick. Sorry.
What's that?
She's sick.
Oh, sorry. Well, she was very helpful giving me some statistics, which that you developed 28 classroom courses. You taught these courses 255 times to 1,700. I remember the 43rd.
This is only in the last 15.
Only in the last 15 years. He slacked off.
No, that's when we started the record.
So we'll just double it. Attended by 1,700 students. 24 web courses that you developed. Viewed by 7,968 people. Now, if you add those people from the last 15 years, that's 10,694. And if I gave everyone an average height of 5.5 feet, it was enough people to fill 26 Boeing 747s, or to fill all of left field with Fenway. And if you asked each person to line up fingertip to fingertip, it would get you from here to your doorstep. You need them. So when you're driving home tonight, I want you to imagine all those people who you helped learn how to do their job, all those people who you saved from having to figure things out on their own. That's quite an accomplishment. A lot of aha moments. My knee is in crappy shape, but when it was in better shape, I used to be able to walk from W92 to the student center in about 10 minutes. Whereas when I walked with Jeff, it always took 20 minutes. Because there'd always be someone who would say, "Hey Jeff," and I'd let them catch up. And after they parted, he'd say, "I used to work with him, he's the nicest guy." Then another person would show up, "Hey Jeff, how are you?" To the chat. And afterwards he explained to me, "I used to work with her, she's so remarkable." And they'd say, "Jeff, how are you?" And they'd start chatting again. By then it's about 15, 18 minutes. "Oh, I had a class with them. They were so much smarter than I was." And I think it was really Jeff who was the nicest guy. It was really Jeff who was the remarkable person. It takes someone like that to bring that out. We've made a habit of having Chinese food every day. Wonton soup, shrimp with lobster sauce, egg roll. Carol, I'm not sure you knew that, but
She knows it now.
And clearly had kept one of us trapped. We always go to the same place. And when I go there by myself, the proprietor, she asked me, "Where's your friend?" The last time we went there, she gave you a hug because you must have chatted her up. Told you were retiring.
She's
And, and remarkable. Yeah. And the fact is that everyone says Jeff is a friend. Everyone who has started a project with Jeff has ended up as his friend. Someone remarked to me, whatever he puts his heart into, I know he will deliver something extraordinary. So I raise my glass to you, to new beginnings.
We now have Margaret Ann and Alice. You can introduce yourself.
No, we're not singers.
We're retired.
You can tell.
Okay. So I first got to know Jeff when, just prior to the re-engineering years, so we'll time that in the 1990s, early 1990s. And as we were forming,
Louder.
oh, okay. So I first came to know Jeff in the 1990s, just prior to re-engineering. And it's really through re-engineering that we got to know each other as well. During the re-engineering years, we were on the training team together. And I remember informing that team that we needed to have people from different parts of the Institute, including from IST, because so much of the training was involving that kind of stuff. And so I talked to Jim Bruce about this Jeff Pankin, and could I have him on the team, and would Jim pay for 40% of his time to be on the team? And Jim said, "Well, why do you want Jeff?" And he didn't say it that way.
This is supposed to be nice.
He didn't quite say it that way. But he said, "Tell me why you want him." And I said, "Because he's one of the most thoughtful people I know." And I said, "Let me explain that. He's thoughtful in at least 3 ways. One is he's thoughtful toward people. He's remarkable and a really great guy and all those things that Mark was saying. Another is that he's very thoughtful about problem solving. That Jeff will work things out, collaborate, talk to others, and ultimately lead toward a good solution. And the third is he's so darn creative. And we need everybody on the team to have creativity, but we want Jeff because he's got plenty of that. So in honor of his creativity, and courtesy of Alice Johnson, myself, and Judith Stein, who's also retired, we're going to begin with a poem.
And one of the norms of our team is that we have poems. So that's kind of the background of why we're using poems.
And poems of this ilk.
Okay.
Yeah, so just so people know, we were on the same team for 4.5 years when I was in HR.
We're the HR side.
So I had to read poetry also.
Yes, you have to. Okay, so the first one. Roses are red, violets are blue. So many MITites learned so much from you. So I first met Jeff as one of his teammates when we were looking at HR practices and policies. And one of the things that I learned from him is PowerPoint.
Ah, yes.
And,
Sorry.
and as Irina has expressed, those of you that have seen my PowerPoints, you can blame Jeff. Because I get a little creative and moving things around and animation, and I can remember Cindy seeing something and going, "Oh my God," because of you. And I really appreciated your patience, because anyone who's worked with me around anything electronic knows that I have 20,000 questions. The don't go in any particular order, but you were very patient and you really honored my learning style, whatever that was. And so carnations are pink, daisies are yellow. MIT has mind and hand. Jeff, you are that fellow. My So when I think of you, I think of the mind, which is logic, and the hand, which is the creativity. We've already talked about that a little. And so certainly IS&T brings out that logic, the design, the instruction, the detailed, all that kind of things that I am not. But also you're a terrific photographer. I remember your photography, and when our team moved to HR, it was your pictures that adorned all of our offices. And in fact, Margaret Ann still even has one. And so, on the wall. And so what I think about is just your ability to balance and merge the two in your career with IS&T and HR.
So, which is kind of a strange merger if you think about it. Jeff has a business card holder, and Mark, you referred to his years in different organizations. So it has his name on it, and it has Jeff Pankin, IS&T, and then it has Jeff Pankin, IS&T/HR, because he was 50-50 for a while. And then it has HR, and then it has IS&T, and then it has a question mark. So while Alice and I were working on this presentation, we tried to figure out the dates of each of those. And then I said, wait a minute, we don't have to do the dates. One of Jeff's roles that he took on and did so tremendously was to be the team historian. So he always knew the chronology of things, he always knew the details of when they happened and how they happened. So if you want to know those dates, you talk to Jeff. So, moving on to the next stanza. Lilies hate conflict, tulips hate waste. Jeff had the tough clients and coached them with grace. So, well, yes. In addition to serving as a facilitator, as a trainer, he also did individual coaching, and he did organization development when he was in HR. Jeff had a lot of tough clients, and one in particular that I'll always remember was someone at a very senior level, and he had to give them some very difficult feedback, and Jeff was up to the challenge. And I would say that Jeff is so capable of speaking truth to power, and that's one of the things that we all admire about Jeff. You understand the importance of process, and you have an amazing attention to detail. You are other-focused, thinking about learning style, thinking about feedback that people need to hear, and so on. So Alice, you want to give some of that feedback?
So, in fact, we have some client comments. And these could be for any class or any engagement that you have. Beginning of our collaboration on defining and delivering training, Jeff was creative, helpful, and reliable. He understood the vision and worked with us to make sure the training was robust, comprehensive, and that it supported that vision. He communicated the plan to leadership and got buy-in and participation. He was a thinking partner in many situations, creative in identifying ways to overcome obstacles. There's a theme here. Development of both high-level and detailed training. He understood every existing document to create a detailed training curriculum. Delivery of the actual training was excellent and fun for participants, and successful training delivery can be measured by how confident and comfortable the trainees feel with their role. Jeff provided the tools to move forward, tackle new processes, and fulfill the promise to provide high-level service. So these are from one of your client interviews. And we just thought it was important for you to hear, and what we feel is that everybody would say that about the experiences that they have with you. So my next poem is, weeds are not welcome, a rose is a prize, Jeff's a great teammate, patient and wise.
Oh, and indeed, Jeff is an outstanding teammate. During the years he was in HR, the team that we were on, one of the things that Jeff made sure happened was not just his own self-development, but the team development. And he was amazing at being able to make sure those things happened that we all needed. I would say there was also a time when Jeff was especially helpful to the team when we had a teammate who died. And that was really tough for all of us, and Jeff was there for all of us. I remember at one point, I don't know if you remember this, Jeff, but saying to you, I don't know a lot about the Jewish faith, but if I were to generalize, you would just remind me of a really good rabbi. And I meant that as a compliment. So I want to close with this poem.
Roses are red, violets are blue, congrats on retirement, best wishes to you.
I don't think I'll read these.
If you don't mind, I know I'm not on the program, but I think I have to put this in perspective. Many men have been feeling faint when I stood up to talk about it, but I'm getting you back.
This is not fantastic.
Hopefully not.
You know what that refers to?
Yes, I do. I was the person that actually hired Jeff, and I think that you heard about all his wonderful credentials, and so you must imagine that it was an easy thing for me to do, just to pick Jeff out of people I had interviewed for, but that's not the case. The truth is, for the saying, behind every successful man is a woman. Carol. University, and her boss was Naomi Schmidt. Naomi had come over to be part of Project Athena, and when my first training lab coordinator decided she could do better on the West Coast working for Apple or Microsoft, I needed a new lab coordinator, so Naomi suggested Jeff. So I think we came down to Leslie and watched you in your own environment, and then brought you up to MIT and grilled you for hours and hours, and we hired Jeff, and I said, this is fantastic. I found the perfect person, and he's going to be with me in this position for a very long time. Yay. After a year, he comes to me and he said, I'm a little bored. So you all think he just moved from HR to IT, IT to HR, half and half, whatever. He's schizophrenic. Imagine being the boss, and every other day you think things are settled, and he comes in and he says, I think I really want to go work in HR. I think I really want to come back. I expected any day for him to come and say, I think I want to work in chemical engineering or in cognitive science. I'm not sure. I'm going to get a master's in one of those. So it was kind of fun juggling, but Peggy Koenig came out of the big mess because I hired her when Jeff was over working with the HR boss. And people already mentioned your desire to lifelong learning, always working on another master's. And I think that you all attribute that to his desire to just constantly better himself. It's a way to never have to do a household chore, others paint the house, whatever. Isn't that right? I have to work on a project. I can't be working on this. So I do think you might hold the award for holding the most number of master's degrees of anybody in IS. Probably not at MIT, but in IS. But there is something that nobody else has brought up here today that I have to say. I think it needs to go on record that Jeff is the only person in the history of IS&T, or any other iteration of the department, that ever said, I really like working on the 5-year plan. Even when you had to do it every year. So Jeff, my challenge to you is, you and Carol need to work on your 5-year plan. It needs to involve lots of traveling, lots of yard work, lots of cruises, time with your family, and just don't be so schizo.
So if you're not happy with me, then Jeanne. Thank you for coming. So 30 years. What would ever possess somebody to stay at a job for 30 years? Well, for me, it was 3 things. And I think I mean, first of all, this is MIT, right? You walk around campus and you look at a building and say, oh, radar was invented there, or, well, that building was torn down, but the one that replaced it, in the one that replaced it is the office of the guy that developed the World Wide Web. Or in that building, they developed the Apollo mission guidance system. Or in that building, they're going to cure cancer someday. So it's MIT. And I always felt that even if I was just teaching somebody Excel, I was helping them support the professor or the department that was doing great things. So in some small way, I was a part of what was going on at MIT, and I hope everybody else feels that way too. The second thing that got me out of bed every morning was the work, like a 5-year plan. You know, I would say that I've been here 30 years, but no 2 years have ever been the same. There's always been new projects, new software, new things. And my arm has a problem. Whenever anybody says we need a volunteer for, it's already going on. But that has given me the opportunity to do all sorts of things, work on amazing projects, learn an incredible amount, work with amazing people. And even late in my career, e-learning came along and video came along, and I had a chance to learn a whole new set of skills. As you've heard, I kind of like to learn, so that was very good. But the thing that really is the most significant thing that